though I don't yet know their names. On the phone, one calls me after a mockingbird. It pleases me. Mockingbird in its Latinate root, submergence, a wet sound, a face unlike mine slopping against her voice. The job is simple. To become what every caller needs me to be. Joe, Megumi, Philo, Sophia. Persona I sink into like a pool. Because I'm new, the first 10 minutes are set at a rate of 8 tokens after every minute goes for half. Tokens can be purchased in bulk through the operator Anna. Anna pushes callers into a third-party payment system. No receipts are saved, no proof of service. On some bank statements, Anna says, we might show up as coffee. We might show up as transfer to, but Anna yanks our line across a switchboard of rooms, and I'm here, I'm waiting live and hot and waiting for you. My room is marked with a voice note in unanchored American timber. I'm waiting. Calls move through like a city. Callers step in asking for baby. I change my voice accordingly. Imagine the buildings drowning a hard fist in marvels of maneuvering syllables into flesh, Sophia, vanishing into Sophia because I make it so. The caller's name desire. I walk into a bell jar, wiping at dreams, scrubbing and pitching myself forward, assigned by the minutes alone. Here's one, says Anna. I soak a car wash sponge in my mixing bowl. I test out the squish with my fingertips. The caller meets me on the other side of this door like anyone for the night. The caller wants to know what I'm wearing. I talk about my shoes, how they're soft and how I'm a dancer and how I like strawberries and sometimes I write poems and sometimes I'm alone, but now I've found a place to live by myself by the creek in the woods, and also I'm a teacher. The caller laughs. So which one is it, a dancer or a teacher? I talk about the woods. I'm used to being quiet. The story diverts, blending truth with fantasy. You don't believe me. You say so. You don't hang up. A friend tells me how she uses the same slab of uncooked meat for most of her calls, how she slaps the thing against her countertop over and over. The boneless cut makes a damp echo like human thighs. We bleach our accents to a neutral low speed, suggesting no skin color, no national origin at least, none to project any anthropological violence onto, that is, we don't sound like someone outside of our voices. Before one of my earlier sign-ons, Anna tells me I should really play into one of the photos on my page, the one I first submitted of my actual face. Bold, Anna says. I know what she means. My friend goes on, slapping the same piece of meat on her calls. She switches to a bag of defrosted peas after a week. I could break, she confesses, but I break them first. We're fast, I say. She quit some time later. She's married now, it's autumn. End of call. I startle when a ghost key drops into the chairs outside. The creek by my home has a river stone, it's clear at the bottom. Night becomes day. Day loses all temperature, smelling of fresh lemons. I circle one of the chairs. I can't feel the sponge at my fingertips anymore. It's an old film over my mouth. Layers of past and present tenses smash against each other. Oversized grapes in my palm. I need to go from this line. When I tell my mother about one of my jobs, she doesn't say, oh no. She thinks carefully, good thing you're alone. Yes, I say, I can be almost anyone. I'm formless like an hour of stars, but who speaks of Sophia in the mixing bowl? Who works that much Would my fingers tear at the fibers? Sophia, I say, failing at both ends to connect one voice with another. You're my mockingbird, the caller says. How so should I sing? My mockingbird. Do you want me to sing? I ask. Do I want you to sing? The caller repeats. My sponge is wet in the bowl, muffled. What finally unglues me is a raccoon on my drive home one night. The animal sits at the center of the opposite lane, hunched over, appearing to stare at two little paws upturned in its lap. I pass quickly. The cold rain splatters on my windshield. The river sweeps across mist close to the ground. I can feel the raccoon's heartbeat following me home. The raccoon is about to say hello. I raise one of my paws. Hello, I start to say. My head droops to the spotlight. I'm clear, small, wrapped in a thin and golden film.